Hey, how's it going? This is Melinda and welcome to my channel. Today I am going to be doing just the opposite of what I normally do on this channel. Normally I am showing you record finds that I have in my collection and talking about them. Today I am going to be discussing records that I don't have but desperately want for the record collection. Christmas is coming, and I would love nothing more than these records to appear under the Christmas tree. Have I been a good girl and will I receive these records? Probably not. Some are obtainable and some of them are so pie in the sky crazy, but we're all allowed to dream, right? So, and I've even ranked these from 10 to number 1 of the records I would most want to have in my collection. Like I said, some are obtainable, some of them are just crazy expensive. Even if I saw them in person, I don't know that I would pick them up because some of the prices have gone just crazy expensive. So if you're not a subscriber to my channel, please subscribe. I would really appreciate your support. And let me go ahead and get on with my top 10 records. At number 10, I am cheating a little bit because I want both of these records equally. And they are by the Beatles, Let It Be and Revolver. And yes, I do have those records, but I want the mobile fidelity original master recording versions of them. Not easy to find, but I would really love to have them. They are two of my favorite. You know, I think you could probably make the argument for me that the later Beatles albums are where it's at. I really love them. They're all favorites. So I love Let It Be and I love Revolver. I would love to have those versions. And I've gotten some original master recordings by the Beatles in my collection. Those are two gaping holes that I would love to have filled. So at number 10, I would love to have the mobile fidelity versions of Revolver and Let It Be. At number 9 is one that is obtainable. I think I could probably find Back in 72 by Bob Seger. I think this one would be pretty easy to find here in Colorado. I have already seen it, but the condition was kind of bad for what they were asking for it. I think they wanted $75 for it. And there was some visual scratches that you could actually feel on the vinyl. So I passed on that one. I think I can find a better deal for it. I do think that's an obtainable record. And it's just one that I don't think will ever get a reissue. Bob Seger isn't fond of his early records for whatever reason. So I would love to find an original of that one. The beautiful song Turn the Page with incredible saxophone playing on it is on that record. So someday I will have that one in my collection. I do think that one is one that I will show someday on my channel. Number 8 is a pie in the sky record that I will probably never show and never have in my collection. But it's okay to dream, right? So it is Kiss's Symphony record that came out. It came out in 2003 on CD. I want the vinyl version of it. It was sold in that huge trunk box set that unfortunately I did not pick up. At the time I wasn't collecting vinyl and it was pretty expensive for what it was, but it had some exclusive records in there that you otherwise will have a hard time finding, and Symphony is one of them. And Symphony is a concert with Kiss and the Melbourne Symphony Orchestra. So, you know, it on average sells for $280. That's the average price. So that's a little pie in the sky for me. You know, a box set for $280, yes. A single record, wow. That is a lot of money. At number 7 is a psychedelic band, a record I've been wanting for such a long time. Never see it. I have yet to see it in the wild. I do see it occasionally on Discogs. It is Velvett Fogg. And they had a really great record back in 1969, a psychedelic one, and a song on there is Something that I'd really love to have in the collection, a psychedelic version of the song Come Away, Melinda. This particular version is my favorite. I do have the album with UFOs version and also Uriah Heep. To me, Velvett Fogg's version is my favorite, although they're all very good. Velvett Fogg features Tony Iommi, and he left Velvett Fogg to become a member of Black Sabbath. I think that worked out for him, don't you? I think that was probably a good decision. But there is a reissue, I believe, that came out in the 80s, and there's also the original of Velvett Fogg. I never see them, but I would love to have that record. So at number 6, you all are probably going to cringe at this one, and I apologize because I know it is just controversial. Just to say his name is controversial. But I would love to have Michael Jackson's Thriller. I would love to have the half-speed mastered version of it. I do have the copy that I bought when I was 13 years old. You know, I took good care of it, so it still plays very well, but I would love to hear and have the half-speed mastered version. I don't see it very often. It's a pretty expensive record to buy if you buy it on Discogs, and I know he's very controversial. And I can take all of the accusations and his weirdness, the plastic surgery, but when I hear Thriller, I'm a kid again. It's an innocent time, and he was on top of his game. It was the best record, just unimaginable talent. He could have been up there with the Beatles had things not gone so horribly wrong. So that is my number 6 choice, Thriller, the half-speed mastered version. At number 5 is a record that I've talked about a lot on this channel, Odyssey and Oracle by the Zombies. And I have several versions of that record. Do not feel sorry for me one bit. I have that record. But I would love and dream about the original version from 1968. Either the date label or the UK version on CBS. That is a record I would just love to have. It's one of my favorite records of all time. And it's just one for historical purposes that I would love to have an original of. The original cover is just so beautiful. It's probably my favorite cover. That one and Layla from Derek and the Dominoes. Those are 2 of my favorite album covers. So I just think that one would be really wonderful to own. At number 4 is a record that I thought I had, and it slipped through my fingers. I bought it for a decent price on Discogs from a record store, and then they canceled my order. Evidently, it sold in store before they got to what I had ordered and what I had paid for it. So it just made me sick, but I did miss out on it. And it is Chicago Transit Authority. It is the incredible record, but this is the Mobile Fidelity original master recording version of it. I'm a huge Terry Kath fan. He was the bomb. His guitar playing was so incredible, and this album is incredible. I do have a regular version of this album, so I have it. I can enjoy it, but I would love to have the original master recording by Mobile Fidelity. You don't see it every day. It's not a cheap one, but it is obtainable if you're really careful and keep a lookout for it. At number 3 is a record that I've been wanting for a long time. It is getting harder to find. The price keeps going up. Cheap Tricks Epic Archives Volume 1. I have Volume 2. I have Volume 3. They were all released on Record Store Day, and this one came out in 2017, a year when I did not participate in Record Store Day. And it is a really killer record that I would love to have just to complete the Epic Archives for me. And I think it last sold on Discogs for $145, so it's getting more and more expensive. It was probably originally back in 2017 a $35 record, so that kind of makes me a little sick. Do I think I'll be able to get that one someday? I hope so, but it's getting more and more out of reach. You know, there's only so much money I'm willing to pay for a single record. The most I've paid is $175, and it was for Van Halen's A Different Kind of Truth. So, you know, anyway, at number 3, I would love to have Cheap Trick's Epic Archives Volume 1. Now, at number 2, this one is a crazy pie in the sky dream. I don't think I've ever been good enough for Santa to put this one under the tree for me. But it is Kiss the Originals 1974 through 1979. And these are the first 6 Kiss records, including the very early stuff up to Dynasty. All of these records, I say 6, but I believe Alive, the concert, is also included in this box set. It's colored vinyl. It's all of those wonderful, and in my opinion, just the best records by Kiss. And I never see this one. It last sold on Discogs for $1,190. That is a lot of money. That's crazy. You know, that's money you should probably put back for your kids' college fund, not records you should be spending, or money you should be spending on Kiss records. But you know what? That is a dream of mine. That would be a very cool record to own. Just to have all of them in one little set would be very cool. And I just think it's a beautiful packaging and well done. So at number 2, I would love to have Kiss the Originals. Not the first 3. I do see that one. That's a very cool one to have. If you have it, good for you. But I would love to have the one that goes all the way from their debut album all the way to Dynasty. And at number 1 is a box set that I probably could have bought and missed out on, and now I'm so sorry I did. This is a box set. It's the Rolling Stones, the mono versions. This is a mono box set of the early Rolling Stones records. I did get the Beatles in mono. I'm very fortunate. I was able to find that one at a somewhat reasonable price. And you know, I've been a very blessed girl this year. I've gotten some incredible records. Maybe at the end of the year I will show you the best finds of the year. So do not feel sorry for me. I am a very blessed girl. I've got some incredible stuff. However, I let the Rolling Stones in mono slip through my fingers. I was pretty early on in collecting still, and you know, the price at the time seemed like a lot of money, but nothing compared to what that box set would probably go for now. I know the Beatles in mono goes for about $1,000. I'm guessing the Rolling Stones in mono probably goes for about, you know, a similar price. That's a lot of money for a box set. So, you know, Santa would have to put it under my tree, or I'd have to find it for a really good deal in order to have that one. So, those are my top 10 records that I would love to see Santa put under my tree for Christmas. You know, I would love to hear from each of you. Let me know what your number 1 record that you would love Santa to bring to you would be. I would love to hear that. I'm just very curious of what everybody wants, what the record of their dreams is. Also, I want to give a shout out and just let you all know that a little while back I got a Facebook message from a very cool guy I never dreamed I would hear from, John Humphrey. He is the long-running drummer for the band Seether. And he had seen the video of my husband and I talking about me being a vinyl addict, the pros and the cons, and just having a good time talking about it on the video. He could relate to me because he has been married for 23 years and he and his wife have the same conversations. And John Humphrey hasn't been able to tour because of what's going on here in our world. You know, Seether hasn't been on tour, but he has had a lot of fun. He's a huge vinyl collector, and he has been doing some really cool radio station shows, And I'm going to leave the link below so you can check out what he's been doing and listen to some of his radio shows he's been doing, because they're dedicated to vinyl records. So thank you so much, John, for saying hello, and I'm just honored that you actually watched one of my videos. So thanks so much to each and every one of you for watching. I really appreciate your support, and everybody have a great week, and I will talk to you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.